Hey, what's up guys? Pat Music Production here from Producers Buzz, and today guys I'm going to be showing you how to create drums like XXXTentacion in FL Studio, just like this. We're also going to be looking at adding 808s to the drum patterns, just like this. And we're going to be looking at pretty cool hi-hat techniques, just like this. But before we jump into the tutorial, let me tell you a bit more information about what you need to know about creating XXXTentacion Type Drum Patterns in FL Studio. So when it comes to the tempo, as you guys can see on the screen right now, we've got 5 XXXTentacion type of tracks. It's very popular tracks that he made, and the tempo always ranges between 60s BPM, beats per minute, to 70 beats per minute. Now most of us producers, we like working in double time, which means we spread things out on a pattern list. We spread them out double, which means we're working with double tempos. So as you can see here, like the Jose Flores was 65 beats per minute, in double time is 130 beats per minute. But most of these you can work with 65 or 30, depends on how you like to work. I always work in double time. When I say double time, it means I spread my things out on the drum patterns a lot more. So yeah, let's not waste any more time, go straight into FL Studio here. So let's have a look at these 3 drum patterns that I've made here as a demonstration. I'm going to cover all of them, and I'm going to show you exactly how to create these drum patterns in FL Studio so you guys can adapt the same style and the same technique and use it at home when you guys want to create this XXXTentacion type of inspired drum loops. Let's have a look at these drum patterns. So we've got 3 different drum patterns, so let's play them all. This is the first one. As you can see, this is the second drum pattern. And this is the last drum pattern, the third one, and this has got an 808 in there as well. Hey. Alright guys, so let's look at drum pattern number 1. Just before we do, I did make the melody myself. It took me quite some time to, create it. I flipped it, reversed it and stuff. So I kind of made it for this tutorial, to be honest. Okay, so the first drum pattern. So let's have a look at the first drum pattern. Okay, so on the first of this tutorial, we got the kick. So notice how the kick goes. So let me just show you. Just like that. And then what we kind of done is added this drip sound to fill in the spaces between the actual clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And then we've got a clap on there as well. And then obviously the hi-hat is what make this. So let's have a look at the hi-hats. So when we look at the hi-hats, this is the piano roll. Now what I done is I basically filled in every other step. So you guys can do this. You can right click on here and you can click on fill each 2 steps. And what that will do is basically fill in every 2 steps, just like this. So I've done that below, you can see, but obviously we don't want that. Then you right click and go into the piano roll. And when you open it up, what you will need to do is select the top row like this, and obviously it'll be same as the one below, and then just move it down. So press Ctrl and C, and then you can just move it down like up any way you need it. Obviously once you guys get it like this is what it will sound like. So what did we create these little drum rolls? Pretty simple. What you want to do is go on a magnet at the top here, and you want to select 1 out of 4 step. And once you select 1 out of 4, you will have spaces like this, so you can simply just fill them in. Now what you want to do is kind of between the loop, the first kind of beat, like anywhere in here, you can just put like 2 like this. Don't overdo it. Don't try to create a huge drum roll. Just like, you know, just quick 2 there. And then what you want to do is kind of go to the end of that first kind of, you know, 8-bar loop or 16-bar loop, and just go to the end of that. And what you want to do is kind of just fill them in like this. So, see that? And then obviously once you play it, it sounds like that. And then at the end, you can kind of, you know, fill it all in. Now you guys, you can go 1 out of 16, so you can kind of create more, you know, more sound between the actual, if you want to go and add more little steps between, you know, or you can select none and just put them anywhere so you guys can hear when we go to the end. You can even do that if you want. Obviously watch the level at the bottom. You want to make sure that, you know, you don't mess up the volume. That sounds okay. You can even leave it like this, but I wouldn't recommend you guys going off and select the sticky magnet here at the top to none, unless you've got loads of experience in producing. You know what you're doing. Usually stick it to 1 out of 4 step, or stick it to well, usually stick it to a step, as you guys can see. That kind of sticks it on the every other loop, or every other pattern. So when you guys create it, you know, it will stick to every second step like that. Obviously every 4 steps you've got the main kind of start, just like this, and that's how it sounds. Pretty cool. Check that out. Now notice how when I select these bottom ones, the volume of these is not loud. So obviously if we select the top and put the volume up, I'm just holding shift by the way to select that. Notice how that sounds too loud. The low hi-hats sound too loud. So what we do is we hold down shift and we just drag across with the mouse and just set them at the bottom halfway. So we've got like a double kind of hi-hats with the highs and lows. And XXXTentacion has those kind of techniques in the hi-hats. Sometimes he doubles them as well, so you can have them like this. And then even go halfway on that, like that. Pretty cool technique on achieving that kind of, you know, old school type of hi-hat kind of effect. And when you guys play it with the melody, this is what it sounds like. Notice how when we put that last one in, it don't sound good. So obviously if it don't sound good, just get rid of it. And now, much better. Hey. So that's the first drum loop. Now let's jump over to the second pattern. So the second pattern is really simple again. The hi-hat didn't go throughout every other step, second step. We changed it. So let's have a look over here what we've got. Just like this, really cool drum loop. And that is pretty cool. So what we can do now, let's have a quick listen to this with the actual melody. So what did we do on the kick here? Pretty simple. Let's have a look. You feeling that? Really simple. Don't overdo it. You know, some people like to do crazy drums like this. No, don't overdo it. Keep it nice and simple. Let it flow, you know? And then we've got like this drip sound that we used again. So we used the clap and the snare. So we mixed a drip sound, clap and a snare to achieve this kind of You feeling that? And now notice how the snare over here, it's got this little filler, and over here again. What that does is it kind of fills in the sound. Check that out. So what it does is it creates that kind of, you know, it gives you that kind of pattern, like this is the beat, this is what we want. We've got that little kind of, just to give it the rhythm. Now on this kind of drum pattern you can set the swing up to maybe like 21%, 20%. It'll just add a bit more swing to it. And obviously with the hi-hats, really simple, nothing crazy, as you guys can see. And then just added like this kind of perk, it's called Tarzan, just to fill in the steps. Obviously when you add the 808 and stuff into it, it sounds much better. So yeah, so these are the two kind of, you know, drum patterns you guys can use for free. Hopefully this is inspiring you guys, you know, to create some really cool XXXTentacion inspired kind of drum loops in FL Studio. So let's have a look at the last drum pattern. Last drum pattern is a bit different, use different sounds. Check this out. Now let's listen to that with the actual melody. So let's listen to it with a kick. This is how the kick goes, really, really simple. So we added like this kind of trap kind of perky sound. And then on top of that, we added like a snare sound. Now if you don't like that, you think that's too bouncy, you can always remove the other snare, just like that. And then obviously we added like a third kind of snare on top of that, just to fill in that missing kind of frequency. And then on top of that, we've added like this 808. And when you guys add your 808, you just want to kind of sync that with the kick. So what you want to do is you want to right click on the kick and you want to copy the click and you want to paste the kick down. So if you guys notice, when I go on here, the kick is in the same position as the 808 is in the same position as the kick. Check that out. See? Every time the kick goes, the 808 goes. Now obviously you can play around with these sounds. And obviously the 808 is very simple for demonstration. Most of you that have issues with the 808, when it doesn't hit, when you actually press the key, and some of you will have it, you know, just the sustain and stuff going like this. When you press it, it just keeps going. What you want to do is you want to go onto the actual settings of it, click on the envelope instrument settings here at the top, and set everything down to 0. And then just click on the hold here, and just drag it all the way up, just like that. And that's it, you fixed it now. When you press the keyboard, the 808 will play. This will prevent anything overlapping, and this will give you that good kind of, you know, 808 type of instant attack hit when you hit the keyboard, and an instant release when you release the keyboard, which is really cool. Now let's have a look at the hi-hats here. The hi-hats are pretty simple again. We've done that on every other second step, so just like that. Now notice how we've got this low kind of frequency at the bottom. 1, 2, see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, hey. Boom. See that? So you just want to kind of add flavor to it. And at the top here, again, really, again, the same. If we go on here, 1 out of 4, you guys can see, filled in 1 out of 4, very simple. Just fill in a little bit of space. Again over here. And that's it. Didn't even add any, well, just a bit more here at the end. But again, stuck to that 1 out of 4 step, you know, just like that. Just a quarter step on there. Really, really simple, really nice. And that's pretty much it. So when you play it with the melody, this is what it sounds like. Now, my advice, when you guys are choosing the right instruments, you kind of want to go for mellow sounds. So like mellow kick, mellow type of snares. You don't want anything too flashy. When you listen to XXXTentacion type of drum loops, they're all kind of, you know, lo-fi type of sounds. Really, really just old school kind of kicks and snares. And that's exactly what we used here. That's why the drum loops sound pretty cool. As you guys can see, you know, pretty cool. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. You can download all the drum samples I used in here from the link below, so you can use the same drum kits, the same kicks, snares and hi-hats exactly as what I used, so you guys can follow my tutorial much easier when you guys are learning these drum patterns. And obviously once you guys learn them a few times, you will adapt the same technique and use it in your own way. Don't forget, the tempo we're using is 130 at the top, and apart from that, let's go straight back out. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you so much for staying here and watching this whole tutorial. If I taught you something here today, I hope you guys hit the like at least. Drop a comment below, you know, just what you guys would like to see next in the next videos. I've got loads of vocal tutorials. We've got loads of drum pattern tutorials. We've got loads of drum kits, VST plugins. Got a lot of really cool stuff coming up this year, so I hope you guys stay tuned. You guys can download all the drum samples, like the kicks, the snares, the hi-hats, everything that I've used from this tutorial in the link below, so make sure you go and download it. Apart from that, we've got another tutorial coming up next week, so I'm looking forward to it. Apart from that, stay safe, peace out, and I'll speak to you guys again soon. And yeah, hit that subscribe button, you know how it is. Producers Buzz, Path Beats, I'm out. Safe. Woo!